Hi guys, welcome back to our channel. I hope you all are doing well. So this is our first KCET class. Okay, so ನಿಮ್ಮ ಬೋರ್ಡ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್ಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಮಾಡಿದೀರಾ ಅಂತ ಅನ್ಕೊಂಡಿದೀವಿ. Okay, so ಇವಾಗ it's time to focus on KCET. Okay, next JEE NEET ಎಲ್ಲ. So this class is purely for KCET guys, and I've taken all the previous year questions for this current electricity chapter. Okay, so by now ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿರಬೇಕು ಯಾವ ಚಾಪ್ಟರ್ ತುಂಬಾ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಫಾರ್ CET in especially in the second PUC. Okay, so second PUC li electrostatics. Okay, the first two chapters, and then current electricity. Of course, maximum number of questions like 5 to 6 questions each chapter kelbodu. Okay, and then moving charges and the next chapter. Okay, and adadmele ray optics or wave optics and adrindala sumaru most of the questions appears from those chapters. Okay, so now ivaga like I've taken around all the PYQs from this current electricity chapter. So yeah, so let's start working on it. Okay, so this is CET first ಮಾಡುವಾಗ it's not like a normal numerical ತರ. Okay, so numerical, yes, you will be getting calculators, you will be like you can solve, ನಿಮ್ಗೆ time limit ಅನ್ನೋದಿರಲ್ಲ, but CET ಅಲ್ಲಿ you will have a time limit. Okay, so at least one question 1 minute ಅಂತ you should keep the time. Okay, at least maximum 1 minute ಅಂತಾನೆ ಇಟ್ಕೊಬೇಕು. Okay, minimum like other questions ಎಲ್ಲ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಆಪ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು, but maximum 1 minute guys. Okay, so ಅದೇ ತರ even we will try to solve today. Fine, so now in the following circuit, terminal voltage across the cell is ಆಯ್ತಾ, ಈ cell okay, you have a cell over here, right? So what's a terminal voltage anta kelta idare. So let us know terminal voltage formula. V equals, okay, so V equals E minus I R. Okay, so ivaga EMF ide already 2 volt ide alva, it is already given, and resistance across the resistance andre across the cell andre 0.1 ohm is the cell guys. Okay, so we don't have a current over here, so current na hege madodu, we will take a current formula. Okay, so I equals E minus current formula, it is nothing but E divided by total resistance. Total resistance enagutte 3.9 plus 0.1 is nothing but 4 ohm. Okay, so you can just substitute over there. So EMF 2 volt minus current is nothing but E by R alva, so 2 divided by 4, and internal resistance 0.1. So what will you get? 2 ones are 2, 2 twos are 4, 0.1 by 2 is how much guys? 0.05. So 2 minus 0.05 eshtagutte? It is nothing but 1.95 volt. That's it. So option B is the correct answer. Fine. So terminal voltage, I mean it's tumba questions E formulas in the barutte. So that's the reason you should be knowing this formula. So terminal voltage formula, V equals E minus of IR, where current na you can take it as I equals E divided by R plus R, or total resistance antanu tagonbodu. Fine. So E formula hege bantu? Nothing but our Ohm's law formula, where V equals RI. Okay, V equals RI andre I equals V by R, right? So V andre EMF illi, total resistance is nothing but R plus small r. If not, you can just take a series, because they both are in series. That's the reason I've taken the total resistance as 4 ohm guys. That's it. To solve, it will not even take a minute, it will just take a 30 seconds. Okay, so fine. So now moving to the next question. Fine, two cells of EMF E1 E2 and internal resistance R1 R2 are connected in parallel. You can see here the figure is given over here, the equivalent EMF of a combination. So what will be it? So here E2 is greater than E1 guys. So E2 is greater than E1 andre enagutte, equivalent EMF, that is nothing but the total EMF will lie in between the, okay, it will lie in between E1 and E2 guys. Okay, equivalent EMF, it will lie in between E1 and E2. So idralli yav options irbodu? It can be either option A or option D, but EQ value will be very close to E2. Why? Because E2 is greater than E1, right? So total value will be almost close to the E2 value guys. So that's the reason here option is option A is the correct answer. Fine, ashte, there's nothing else in this. Fine. Now moving to the next, graphical based questions you had already done in a board exam alva. So copper ge enagutte? Copper ge the resistivity versus temperature will be almost a curved line, and for a nichrome it will be like this, almost a straight line, and for a semiconductor it's in this way, it will be decreasing, right? This is for nichrome, and this is for copper. So this you have already learned this. So now in this you just apply. Just find out what is X guys. X should be what? X should be copper. So the copper, either option A or B. Fine. Next, y is micro. Therefore, option B is the correct answer, guys. That's it. Fine. So now moving to the next question. Yeah. A current carrying wire of a non-uniform area of cross section. Which of the following is constant throughout the length of the wire? Anta ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. Okay. So which one is constantly? So they are saying the area is varying. So now if you take drift speed or drift velocity, we know that drift velocity formula, you know, I equals NEA VD. So it will be I divided by NEA. Therefore, drift velocity depends on area. So it can't be drift velocity. And again here drift speed, it can't be drift speed. Illu drift speed is there. So what's the correct option now? Current only is the correct option. Why? Because drift velocity or speed depends on area. That's the reason drift velocity can be the correct option. That's it. Okay, next the graph between a variation of resistance as a function of diameter, guys. So other parameters like length and temperature will be constant. Fine. So resistance as a function of diameter. Okay, resistance, how it depends on diameter? So we have a formula, right? Resistance is rho L by A. Okay, rho L. Area ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ pi r square. So here I'll be getting a diameter rho L by pi. R in terms of diameter we write as d by 2 the whole square. So you get rho L by pi d square by 4. So finally, how resistance depends on the diameter, guys? Resistance is inversely proportional to square of diameter. So inversely option, this is not the correct option. And even the C is not the correct option. Either it should be B or D because that's how the negative slope baratalva. So it is a square of. Therefore, option B is the correct answer. Okay. If there's no square, then it's a straight line. But if it is a square, then it will be a curved. Okay. Fine. Next. Yeah. Two similar galvanometers are converted to an ammeter and a milliammeter. The shunt resistance of an ammeter compared to shunt resistance of a milliammeter, guys. Okay, illi again you have learned this in your grade 12 alva. Galvanometer converted to an ammeter. So if it is converted to ammeter, we connect the galvanometer in parallel with the ammeter. In parallel with the shunt, guys. So illi current through galvanometer I'll take as Ig and this I'll take it as I. So if what happens, the voltage across the parallel is constant, therefore I into S equals Ig into G. Okay. So they're asking shunt resistance. So shunt equals what? Ig into G by I. If you directly know the formula, that's fine. So from this formula, shunt is inversely proportional to current, guys. Okay. Now they're asking how the shunt resistance of ammeter and shunt resistance of milliammeter. Ammeter, milliammeter, which is greater? Ammeter, right? Ammeter value jasti irutte, milliammeter value less irutte. So if they're inversely proportional, so for an ammeter, since ammeter current is more, shunt will be less, guys. But for a milliammeter, current is less, therefore shunt will be more. So when you compare this, what will be the correct answer now? Shunt resistance of an ammeter will be less than the shunt of milliammeter. So option C is the correct answer. Ashtre. Okay. So as you saw, like these type of questions are very common. Okay. So why I'm taking PYQs andre, you might get a hint. Okay, similar questions can be asked. I'm not telling like same questions, similar questions can be asked, or same like formulas. So formulas also it might be the same. Okay, so that's the reason. And each type of questions like galvanometer, conversion of galvanometer to ammeter, voltmeter, la tumma common questions. So please be prepared with these type of questions. Okay, fine. Now the range of conductivity and resistivity for the metals among the following is, what's the correct answer, guys? It's option D. Okay. Yeah, option D is the correct answer. Okay, so 10 power, yeah, resistivity value around 10 power minus 6 to minus 8 anta irutte. Okay, and conductivity value 10 power 2 to nearly 10 power 8. Why? Because they both are inversely proportional, alva? That's the reason. Fine. Okay, next. Okay, in an experiment to determine the figure of merit of a galvanometer by a half deflection method, the student constructed the following circuit. Okay, he unplugged a resistance of 5200 in R. Okay, fine. And then when K1 is closed and K2 is closed, again he observed the deflection of 26 division, fine. And the resistance in I to 90 ohm, fine. Therefore, the deflection between them will be 13 division. What's the resistance of galvanometer? Okay, so what's the resistance of galvanometer? How to find out this, Andre? you have one shortcut method illi. Okay, so as I said, like illon the shortcut method ide. So I'll be like directly I'll write the formula, because you might be knowing illi current is directly proportional to divisions, guys. Okay, or deflection, sorry. Okay, current is directly proportional to deflection. So you might have seen that deflection, first deflection 26 ittu, later you will get as deflection as 13. So in case if I take I1 by I2 as can be taken as deflection 1 by deflection 2, or theta 1 by theta 2 also many people write. So theta 1 is 26 by 13, guys. So you will get like this. Okay, so that's deflection division. So here they're asking us to find the resistance of galvanometer is nearly equal to. Okay, so directly you can write a formula. G equals S by I1 by I2 minus of 1. Okay, I think yeah, this formula might work. Let's give it a try once. Okay, no Rana, how it comes. Let's see. Okay, so S is what the resistance of 90 ohm is removed in S. So 90 divided by I1 minus I2 on the deflection, guys. So 26 by 13 minus 1, which is equal to 19 by 13 by 26 by 13, how much? 2, right? So 2 minus of 1 is 1. So you will get nearly 90 ohm. Yeah, we have an option as 91.6. Yes, I think you can take this as a correct answer. Yeah, so nearly, this is a direct formula. That's the reason we are not getting. And they've asked like resistance of a galvanometer is nearly. They're not telling galvanometer enu anta. So that's the reason you can give option C as the correct answer. Okay, fine. So now moving to the, I hope you don't have any doubts over here. In case if you, just let me know. Okay, so this is just a direct formula, because we can't spend more time on like completely solving step by step, right? So directly you can take this formula. Aita? And yeah, this formula is applicable for such type of questions. You can, the formula, it's not only for this question. Similar questions, you can apply this formula wherever you have that deflection and this type of questions. Okay, next, yeah. So electric field whose material has a conductivity rho and conductivity sigma and resistivity rho. What's the correct form of Ohm's law? So we all know the formula J equals sigma E, right? In your board classes you have done the derivation. So do we have that formula? No, but we have J equals rho E, but no. So rho in terms of, sigma in terms of rho, hege conductivity is reciprocal of resistivity, right? So you can take J equals 1 by rho E, or E equals rho times J. So what's the correct option? Yes, directly you can say option C is the correct answer. Very simple question. Okay, now there's a circuit over here. So they're asking what's the end A is at a potential V0, B is grounded. Fine, what's the total electric current? So to find the total electric current, let's find the total resistance, guys. So ee tara circuit idaga, what you have to do is, you have this resistance in mid of these junction alva. These get short, guys. Adana you need not take that. So leaving that, what you can do is you can take the circuit in this way. Sorry. Okay, our circuit now you can draw like this. The same circuit I am drawing it in this way. Okay, I think now it will be easier for you to find out. So this is a potential A and B. So let's find out total resistance. Then you'll have to find total current. Okay, so easily you can find the total resistance. This is R, R and R. This is 2R, 2R, 2R and 2R. Okay, so resistance and illi. Okay, now I think it's easier. So whenever you have such type of circuit, illi daga, that will not be included. Remember this, and it is like the Wheatstone network also. So other than when you reduce that, you will get this type of circuit. Now it's easy, guys. 2R and 2R. When these 2 are in series, so you will get 2R. R plus R is 2R. So 2R and 2R are in parallel. And here 2R plus 2R is 4R. 2R plus 2R is 4R. Again, these two are parallel. Okay, so now parallel formula. What is parallel formula, guys? So RP, what will happen? 2R into 2R divided by 2R plus 2R. Okay, so similarly, look, so what will you get here? 2R into 2R will be equal to 4R square by 4R. So 4 gets cancelled. R, sir, you will get finally R, guys. So this will be what? This, when you take a parallel formula, you will get as R. Fine. So next 4R, you can just take a parallel formula. 4R into 4R divided by 4R plus 4R is to 8R. So you will get 16r square by 8r. So r gets cancelled, 2r. So finally what will happen? R and 2r are in series, alva. So when you take a parallel formula, this is r, and here you will get 2r. So r and 2r are in series. So r plus 2r is nothing but 3r, guys. Okay, so now they're asking us to find the current. So directly, what's the current formula? I equals V naught by R. Okay, so V naught by, what's the resistance we have got? 3R, guys. So therefore, what's the correct option? Option D is the correct option. Ashte. Fine. It's a very simple circuit. Circuit nodi takshana, you should not be like tensed. Okay. So it's a, there's a simple method to solve. So it's not, there's a purpose why. Okay, one question na 30 minutes andre, there is a purpose of giving such questions. Aita alli shortcuts kudanu irutte. It's not actually the proper shortcuts. You should be able to analyze the circuits. Okay, and anyways, illi steps alla enu illa. You do not like completely take the steps and all. Directly also you can solve. Okay, ille most of them, I think here itself they'll tell what is a parallel of 2r and 2r. Okay, so it is nothing but r. Parallel of 4r, 4r is nothing but 2r. Okay, directly you can see, and yeah, that's it. Finally, you'll get the correct option as V naught by 3r. Okay. Fine. Now, yeah, so this question, like electric current flowing through a given conductor, okay, in the time, the number of free electrons through a given cross section in the time interval is. So they're asking what's the number of free electrons, guys. Fine. So only time interval is between 0 to 20. Okay, till here you can just take it. Okay, so you can focus only on these till here. Okay. Now, this is a graph of I versus t, alva. So the slope of the graph, it is nothing but I divided by t. Okay, if it is area of the graph, means it is I multiplied by t. That's, I think, it's a basic thing which everyone knows. So area under the curve, okay, will be equal to I multiplied by time, guys. Okay, since we are finding n, alva. So what are we supposed to do here? So let me take this formula. Q equals Ne, which we know that. Also Q equals IT, right? I equals Q by T and Q equals IT. So I need N. So I'll take N as I into T by E, guys. Okay, so the value of E, 1.6 into 10 raised to minus 19. Okay, now how to find out I multiplied by T? We are finding the area of the graph. So area, you can just see the area over here. So you have a trapezium over here. Can you see this part? This is a trapezium, and then you have a rectangle, guys. Okay, so first let me take a IT. First let us find out what is IT, guys. Okay, later we will substitute over there. So IT is, take a area of trapezium formula. So half of sum of two sides. What are the two sides? 100, and this will be 300. So 100 plus 300 multiplied by the height which is connecting this side. So 0 to 10, it is nothing but 10. Okay, and don't forget to take a milliamps because current is in milliamps. So let me take that as 10 power minus 3. Okay, so this is the area of trapezium. Next, 2 ones are 2 5s are 10 you can take, and 300 plus 100 is 400 into 10. 400 into 5 is, okay, directly I am taking, okay, you will get 2000 into 10 power minus 3. Okay, now plus area of rectangle, guys. So what's the area of rectangle? 20 minus 10 is 10. Okay, into the height is how much, guys? So if this is 100, 200, this will be 300. Okay, again don't forget to take 10 power minus 3. So what will you get now? IT value as 2000 plus 10 into 300 will be 3000. So 3000 plus 2000 will be 5000. So 5000 into 10 power minus 3 will be common. So illi 10 power 3 there, illi 10 power minus 3 there, which gets cancelled. So you will get 5 as the IT value. Now substitute. So N equals IT as 5 divided by E value is 1.6 into 10 raised to minus 19. Okay. So if you want, you can solve like this. 50 by 16 into 10 power plus 19. So 50 by 16 will be how much, guys? 16, nearly it will be in terms of 3.125. That's it. So option A is the correct answer. Fine. Okay. Now moving to the next question. So this is the temperature coefficient. Okay. So the IV graph for a conductor at two different temperatures at 100 degrees Celsius and 400 degrees Celsius. So I'll take T1 as 100 degrees Celsius and T2 as 400 degrees Celsius. What's the temperature coefficient? Alpha is question mark over here. Okay, fine. So let us find out what is R1 and R2. Okay, I hope you all know the temperature coefficient formula. Alpha equals R2 minus R1 divided by R1 T2 minus R2 T1. Okay, this formula you should be knowing this, and it's a most expected question. Sarina. Fine. Now to find out R1 and R2. So you can see here, let me take this as R1, this as R2, guys. Okay. And this as R2. Okay, so now we all know the slope of the graph, and the slope of the graph is nothing but tan theta, right? So here this I by V is nothing but 1 by R1, right? V by I is R1 and I by V is R1. So here resistance is inversely proportional to slope. Okay, so resistance is inversely proportional to slope. So tan theta 1 I'll take. Similarly, R2 is 1 by tan theta 2. Fine. 1 by tan theta 1, you know, theta 1 is 45 degree. Okay. So 1 by tan theta 2 is 30 degree, guys. Okay. So 1 by tan 45 is 1. So therefore R1 is value 1 ohm. Similarly, R2, you know, 1 by tan 30 degrees, 1 by root 3. Therefore R2 is root 3 ohm. That's it. Now substitute here. So what will you get? Alpha as root 3 minus 1 divided by 1 into T2 is what? 400 minus R2 is root 3 times how much, guys? 100 degree Celsius. So what will be the answer, guys? So you just calculate this. You will get the answer as around 12. Just cross check once. I'll just cross check over here. I think yeah, it's around 3 into 10 power minus 3, guys. That's it. Okay, so 3 into 10 power minus 3 per degree Celsius you are getting. Okay, just take root 3 value. Okay, directly you can solve it. Yeah, so moving to the next question. Okay, an electric bulb of 60 watt and 120 volt is to be connected to 220 volt source. What resistance should be connected in series with the bulb so that the bulb glows properly? Okay, fine. Lenadru direct okay, if you have any like shortcuts or I mean in a very easier way to get get to this answer, just let me know. Okay, let me know in our comment section. Okay, so let me try this in one method. No, how it works. Okay, so you have 60 watt and 120 volt, which is nothing but power is 60 watt and voltage is 120 volt. Okay, it is connected. This is a bulb. Okay, so it is connected to 220 volt source. Okay, so 220 volt source, guys. So what resistance should be connected in series with the bulb so that the bulb glows properly? Fine. So first let me find out what's the resistance of this. So using a formula, R equals P square by sorry. Okay, so we have P equals V square by R. So therefore R equals V square by P, almost same hai baratte. So V 120 into 120 divided by 60, 6 2s are 12. So you will get 240 ohm, right? So you will get resistance as 240 ohm. Now find the total resistance. You have a total voltage, right? So find the current. What's the current going through this? Okay. So illi current R is this, V is this. So I equals what? V by R. So V is 120 and resistance is 240, 0, 0, 12. 2s are 24, so you will get 0.5 ampere. So you found the current. Now find the total resistance using this. So R equals V by I. So V is 220 by 0.5. So how much, guys? You will take by 5. 5 4s are 20. 440. Okay, so you are getting the total resistance as 440. And yeah, so what we did first, bulb resistance we found it, and then the total resistance we found it. Now to what should be the bulb connected in, what should be the resistance which should be connected in series with the bulb so that the bulb glows properly. So what you can do is you can just take like this, like this is the resistance of the bulb. This is a total resistance, right? So a resistance total equals what? Resistance of the bulb. Okay. One second. Okay, I'll just take a bulb plus the resistance which has to be connected in series. So that resistance you can just take it as resistance of the bulb, the total resistance minus resistance of the bulb. Okay, so total resistance is 440 minus 240. How much, guys? 0 minus 0, 4 minus, yeah. So you will get nearly 200 ohm. Yes, so that's the correct answer. Okay, note in case if you have any other method to do, okay, I think easy again. I don't think you can do it, and it's a simple question. Actually, it's a very simple question. Okay, so just you'll have to find the resistance of the bulb, okay, and then the total resistance, and then you'll have to just subtract it. Okay, that's it. Fine. Okay, this is again a similar question. Okay, so the temperature coefficient, please use the same formula here. T1 is there, T2 is there, and S is already given here. And the length is 50 and 60 centimeter. Okay, now, so just try to do this. Okay, and meter bridges are deleted. Yeah, it is deleted in our board syllabus. Okay, so please try to do this. Let's see how it works. And the same formula you can apply. The previous formula which I had applied, no, the same formula you can apply. Okay, if you're not getting, let me know. And please come in the answer, what answer you're getting it over here. Fine. Okay. So next, the wire of resistance is connected across a cell of EMF E and internal resistance, the current through, what is the work done? Okay, it's a very simple question. Okay, work done means nothing but what is the heat, amount of heat produced. Fine. In grade 10, I think you have learnt about Joule's law of heating, right? So Joule's law of heating, heating is directly proportional to square of current, resistance and time. So heat or work, both are same. So what's the correct option here? I square RT. Okay, very simple question. Fine. Now drift velocity, now copper wire is Vd, okay, mobility is mu, we know that. When the current is increased at a constant temperature, what happens? So when you're increasing the current, what happens basically? Guys, one thing remember, mobility remains the same. Okay, okay, even here we have mobility remains the same. Okay, so mobility is like it is independent, right? So it remains the same over here. But let us check what happens to the drift velocity when current is increased. Okay, so we have a formula, right? I equals N E A V D. If these are constant, how drift velocity depends on current? It is directly proportional. So if current is increased, therefore drift velocity also increases. Therefore option A is the correct answer. That's it. Very simple question. Okay. Now two identical cells, each of EMF 2 volt, internal resistor 1 ohm are connected in series with two cells wrongly connected. Okay. And a resistor of 10 ohm is connected to the combination. Okay, what's the current through the resistor? Fine, I have an shortcut methods over here. Okay, in total, how many cells you have? You have totally 10 cells, guys. Okay, like that, you have 10 cells. Okay, so each cell has EMF E1, internal resistance R1. In all 8 cells are connected perfectly. Okay, so the total EMF you can take it as, okay, A times E is perfectly connected, but two cells are wrongly connected, so I'll take minus of 2E, which is nothing but how much, guys? 8 minus 2E is 6 times E, where the value of EMF is how much? Value of EMF is 2 volt, so 6 into 2 equals 12 volt. So this is a total EMF. Sarina. Next, what is the total resistance? Internal resistance, it is completely 10 into R. Okay, internal resistance will not matter. Even if it is wrongly connected, you directly take internal resistance as total, how much ever is connected. Total 10 cells, alva. So directly you take 10 times R. Where what's the value of internal resistance, guys? Internal resistance is 1 ohm. So 10 into 1 is 10 ohm. Okay. Now, the main resistor value is given as 10 ohm. Okay, you can see over here. It is 10 ohm. Now, what's the current through the resistor? Okay, we have already done this formula. I equals E divided by capital R plus small r. So, this is E total. This is R total. So, what's the value of E total? 12 volt divided by R is 10 ohm plus R total is 10. So, you get 12 by 20. How much, guys? 2, 6, 12, 10. How much will you will get 0.6. So 0.6 ampere. Yes, we have our option C as 0.6 ampere. Okay, that's it. Okay, now Okay, again this is a circuit question. Okay, illu kuda there's a easier way to solve this question aita. So equivalent resistance between A and B in the following circuit. Okay, so illi 2 ohm 2 ohm and remaining all are connected in parallel. Okay, so what you have to do here is this complete thing, I'll take the total resistance between A and B, I'll take it as X, guys. Okay, so the total resistance I'm taking it as X. Fine. So now, so the total resistance, you know, 2 ohm are in series, so I'll connect it as 2 plus 2 plus the remaining things are connected in parallel, right? So that you can take it as 2 into X divided by 2 plus X, because R1 into R2 by R plus 1, R1 plus R2. So you take it as 2 into X by 2 plus X, which is equal to X, guys. I'm just naming it as X, and you can name as anything you wish to. Now 2 plus 2 is 4 plus 2x divided by 2 plus x equals x. Okay, so now what will you get? 2x divided by 2 plus x is x minus 4. Aita? So 2x equals x minus 4 and x plus 2. So you get x square minus 4x plus 2x minus 8 equals 2x. So you're getting a quadratic equation. So x square minus 4x plus 2x is minus 2x. Again, if it goes there, it becomes minus totally 4x. Aita? Or you can cancel 2x, you'll get minus 4x. Minus 8 equals 0, guys. So you're getting like this. So I don't think you will get a perfect squares over here. So direct take this formula. X equals minus b plus or minus root of b square minus 4ac by 2a. You take it in your mathematics, right? So illi b, b is minus 4. So minus 4 plus root of, take plus itself, root of b square andre minus 4 square is 16, minus 4, a is 1, c is minus 8. So minus into minus plus 4 into 8 divided by 2 times a is what? 1. So you will get the value as 4 plus or minus, okay, what is the 32? 32 divided by 2, you get 4 plus or minus 48 by 2. Okay, so how much you can take it as 4, 16 into 4, right? Yeah, 1 second. 16 into 3 you will get it, right? So root of 16 is 4 root 3 divided by 2. Okay, so 4 if you take it as common, you will get as 2 plus so 2 plus 2 root 3. So 2 plus 2 root 3 enagate, you will get the value as nearly 2 plus 2 into root 3, you will get the value as nearly 5.5 ohm, guys. Okay, so you can just cross check that. Yes, 5.5 ohm, that's it. Okay, fine. I hope you got this question. Physics part is very small over here. You have to just consider that thing as x, and then you can just take that. How you got 2 plus 2 on there? This is in series 2, and this complete thing I'm taking it as 2x by 2 plus x plus 2x plus 2. So finally you will get this. Right? Then you have a quadratic equation. Okay, fine. Okay, the moving coil galvanometer. Yeah, again the same question, guys. I had done formula, right? The I taken G as S divided by I1 by I2 minus of 1. So similar question idu kuda no. So shunt value is 10. There are 50 divisions. Okay, on either side. So please try to do this. And here they're asking you to find out the current sensitivity. Okay, so current sensitivity value gotagbeku. It is nothing but current per division, aita. So you might get a value as option C. Okay, please try to do this. The same question what I had done in my previous thing. Okay, fine. Next, a charged particle is moving in an electric field with a mobility and its drift velocity. Okay, it's a very simple question. Again, we know mobility and the formula is drift velocity per unit electric field, right? So drift velocity is how what? Electric field multiplied by mobility. So electric field is 3 into 10 power minus 10. And mobility is 2.5 into 10 power 6. So what's the answer? Please find out what's the answer. Okay, so how much are you getting? Yes, yeah, you will be getting around you'll be getting around 7.5 into 10 power minus 4 meter per second. Just multiply, that's it. Okay, 5 into 3, 15, 3 to plus 6 plus 7, 7.5, 10 power minus 10 plus 6 is 10 power minus 4. Ashte. Very simple calculation and simple formula also, direct formula. Okay, so wire bound resistors are made by winding the wires of an alloy of what? Of course, it is Constantan, nichrome and manganese. Okay, it's the most easiest question. Fine. So 10 identical resistors cells to each EMF and internal resistance are connected in series to form a loop. What's the potential difference across only the 3 cells, guys? Okay, so the same logic even here tells 10 cells EMF. So EMF will be what? 10 into E. Athara you can just take. Okay, total EMF you can take it as 10E and total resistance you can take it as 10 times R. So what's the potential difference across 3 cells of an ideal ammeter? So what will be the correct option? Use the same logic. Okay, so if you use the same logic, yeah, potential difference V equals E minus IR. Not this. Not this once again. Okay, so only the potential difference across 3 cell alva. So you can just take a potential difference as a direct formula. You can just take I into R over here. Okay, so okay, I'll just take I as E by R. Okay, multiplied by R. So total EMF I know 10E. Okay. Okay, RR gets cancelled, right? Directly you can take it as 10E, but here they're asking what is the potential difference across 3 cells. So voltage will be 3 times the cells EMF. So finally the answer is 3E, guys. Ashte. Okay. I hope you all understood this. Okay, just 10 cells, they are not telling 1, 3, 2 are wrongly connected. Direct question this is. Okay, 10 cells are connected, internal resistance is there. So I took 10E and total resistance as 10R and the potential formula is IR. So where we get I as E by R and RR gets cancelled. Of course, potential difference is EMF alpha. So directly you can take it as 3 times E. Fine. So in an electrons, the equivalent current given here is, okay, along the path of radius making 9.4 into 10 power 18 revolution per seconds. Okay, so here they have given N by T as how much? 9.4 into 10 power 18. Okay, so they're asking us to find out the current, guys. So current is a question mark and we have a current formula, right? I equals Q by T. Okay, so Q value is NE by T. So N by T na directly you can take as N 9.4 into 10 power 18. The value of E is 1.6 into 10 power minus 19. Okay, so if you solve this, how much are you getting it? Just calculate 10 power 18 into 10 power minus 19 will be, just take 10 power minus 1. So you will get the value as something around 1. So finally you will get it as 0. How much are you getting? Yeah, one second. Minus 9. Yeah, finally you can directly write it over here. Okay, 94 into 1.6. Okay, so finally you will get something around 1.5 ampere. That's it. Okay. Fine. When a metal conductor connected to a left cap of a meter bridge is heated, the balancing point, again it's a meter bridge question, okay, and it's deleted portions, but still you can just take, if it is connected to a left cap, it will shift towards the right, guys. Okay. So the next one is a wire of certain material is stretched by 10%. What happens to its new resistance and specific resistance? Okay, so whenever they are stretching it by 10%, so the new length will be equal to 1.1 times the original length. Please remember this. If it is 10%, 1.1. If it is 20%, like 1 point, like that it is. So length is L dash is 1.2 times the original length. Okay, so what happens to its new resistance? New resistance is what? New resistance is directly proportional to length, right? So new resistance also becomes 1.2 times original length. Okay, but what happens to the specific resistance? Okay, you can observe here, Specific resistance they are saying for 1.21 times, they are saying 1.1, 1.21 times. But how can a specific resistance change if the length changes? It will not change, right? Because specific resistance is independent of dimension. Therefore, neither any of the options. So, yeah, it's a wrong question actually. Okay, so I mean, not a wrong question, but specific resistance remains constant. Okay, specific resistance remains constant. But new resistance becomes 1.2 times the original resistance. Okay. Yeah, similarly, like we had done this question, no, like previously for a voltage and power is V square by R. The same question you apply over here. Okay. So please try to do this. Let's see how much you'll be able to get this answer. Okay. Yeah, you will be getting something around 2.5% it drops, right? So what is the percentage where a power would decrease? Okay. I think you will be getting as 2.5% itself. Okay, so a wire of resistance 3 ohm is stretched to twice its original length. The resistance of the new wire will be, okay, I'll give you one formula over here. In case if a length changes like 2 times or 3 times and all, you have a formula. Okay, so resistance, new resistance will be n square times the original length. Okay, n is like 2 times or 3 times, so whatever they have given here. So here they are saying that wire of resistance 3 ohm, okay, is stretched to twice of its original length. So the value of n is 2 over here because the length is stretching 2 times the original length. Okay, so the n value is what? 2. Therefore directly you can take n as 2 square and the resistance value as 3 ohm. So you will get 4 into 3, how much guys? 12 ohm. Okay, so then resistance, the value of resistance will be 12 ohm guys. Okay, so that's it. Okay, and yeah, so we have got a question over here, like again this is a meter bridge experiment. Okay, so since you are not learning meter bridge experiment, but just know it over here. Okay, so they're just asking what would be the value of its radius of a wire when AB is doubled. Actually the value is just an x itself. Okay, so this is yeah, deleted portion. Okay. Fine. A copper wire of length 1 meter and uniform cross-sectional area. Oh my god, it's a very direct question. So they're asking how long will an electron take to drift from one end of the wire to other. So I'll give you the direct formula. So you know the formula. I equals NEAVD. Okay, so from this find out what is VD and how long will it take. How long means time you are supposed to find out. So time, how time, velocity are related. It is nothing but we know that time is distance by velocity, right, or length by velocity. So here the length is given as 1 meter and okay, 1 meter, and find out the drift velocity and let me know how much time you are getting it. Okay, so please find the answer. I have given a formula and it's again direct, just a calculation of it over here. Okay, fine, we'll meet in our next video. I've not covered all the questions from the PYQs. Okay, so yeah, stay tuned for the next videos. Okay, so if you have any doubts, let us know. Please drop a message in our comment box. So please keep supporting our channel, like how you guys are doing this. Okay, so like, share, comment, and yeah, please subscribe as well. Okay, so please keep supporting us. Thank you.